Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Godzilla Podcast. Well, this is a interesting bit of news that has just pretty much come out of left field. Apparently this was in the works for quite a while now, at least maybe a couple months, maybe up to a year or so, but it's just about now that this information is being released out, and it all essentially came out today over several websites. It has to do with the fact that there's going to be apparently yet another release of the original Gojira film, the 1954 film, but this time it'll be released with the most comprehensive, detailed effort yet. It's going to incorporate that 4K technology that seems to be sweeping several films out there. Right now, it's still very limited when it comes to this 4K technology. Essentially, it's having it be ultra high definition, which is essentially 4 times the quote-unquote image quality of the standard high definition that you and I see right now on any kind of Blu-ray. So there's a company out there. The articles don't mention essentially what the company name is, but apparently it's called Tokyo Laboratory Limited, and they are piecing the 1954 movie into 4K technology. They're doing it frame by frame. It is apparently a very tedious project. They've only been able to do 1 minute of the 4K technology right now, but if the project goes forward, then they'll move on to essentially having the entire film released with this super duper high definition format. So again, I say this is pretty rare because there are several factors that are playing against something like this coming out. Number one is the fact that you have to have enough demand for something like this to occur, because the work that it's going to take, all this work and all this time that it took is essentially just 1 minute that's been done. It's going to take a lot longer to finish the whole rest of the film. And then on top of that, there's apparently only 3 copies or 3 original, I guess you could call them reels of the 1954 Godzilla that have the best transfer form. So who knows how many others copies are out there of the 1954 Godzilla film, but all of those copies have huge flaws within them. They've just been used so much throughout the years that they've been degraded and worn down. But there are apparently only 3 copies left that are almost in quote-unquote mint condition, and so they are taking the company there. They are taking these reels, these 3 reels, and they're finding each scene, which scene looks the best out of each reel. So if a particular scene looks the best in reel A, then they'll go with that one. But if the next scene looks best on reel C, then they'll go with that one. And that's how they're piecing it together. So that's the second factor that's going into this. The third factor probably has to do with costs. I mean, something like this, it's not going to be cheap, because this 4K technology, in order to truly enjoy it, you have to have a 4K television. And according to the articles that are out there, the standard 4K TV out there right now from Sony is only about $25,000. I know you and I, we all have that kind of money laying around right now to go buy these TVs. So it makes it very, very much of a disconnected effort, because you would have to have a large amount of people wanting this, but the only way people can truly enjoy this is if they have a 4K TV, and that pretty much narrows down the scope to like decimals when it comes to a percentage point. So who knows if this is going to be done anytime in the near future. I'll follow up with any news associated with this. But when it does, I'll definitely post and let everybody know. Ironically enough, if I recall correctly, I believe the Godzilla 1998 film was the one that also received a 4K transfer. I posted and talked about it a couple of months back. Yeah, sure enough, I just confirmed. Yeah, it's on Amazon right now. It's the 1998 film that's mastered in 4K. So here you have what's considered the most perfect Godzilla film, the 1954 film, and it's struggling, and it has a huge mountain to overcome when it comes to having the film released in 4K. And then you have what is considered the worst Godzilla film by many out there, but it's considered the worst Godzilla film, and it's already in 4K. So the irony, the poetic irony associated with this. Another interesting little fact, the reason why they can do this, that company there that's called Tokyo Laboratory Limited, the reason they can do this is because, again, those 3 mint condition film reels, apparently what they captured at that time is very, very high quality images. According to a quote associated within the article, it states that if all of the hidden information from each reel, hidden information in other words, all the details within each frame, were ever truly brought out in its entirety, then you wouldn't actually see this in 4K. You would actually see this in 8K. And that is huge. That is huge. So one makes one wonder, why so many years back, 1954, why were those film reels capturing so well that any kind of image in terms of it approximately getting 8K of resolution within each frame, and yet the newer, I guess, high advanced digital cameras, do they approach anything like that? I'm not certain on there, but I don't recall them doing anything like that. Otherwise, we would have had 4K type films released on DVD and on Blu-rays, a long time ago. But who knows? Maybe it is more advanced out there than I thought. So, anyways, that's the latest news with the Godzilla 1954 film. It could have a resurrection of sorts on the 4K format. So, all right, thanks again, everybody. Take care.